Ready. What is going on, traders? Good morning to you. We got a lot going on today. Let's get right into it. Stu, what's up, man? Good morning to you. Good to hear from you. So when's the date? When are you going to be a granddad? Alright, so what do we have going on this morning? We are seeing a gap up in the market. Stock futures indicating a higher open on Wall Street after a choppy session. Very choppy. I saw the Dow close up nearly 100 points. The Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ all saw their fourth positive day in 5. Fourth positive day in 5. Oh, August 9th. Dude. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's exciting. Alright, let's go over this. Let's start with PCG. Got a few to go over today. I want to make sure we have enough time to get into it. PCG, this one is selling off, boys. What is going on with PCG? This is cracking beneath 52-week lows. So let's figure out what's going on here. Joseph, good morning, man. Good to see you in here. Had my first red day of the year yesterday. First red day of the entire year. And Stu, I saw you on there. I saw you on there coming in the comment section and say, hey, don't go back and look at AXSM. That was wild. So both the trades I had yesterday, had the right idea there, just wasn't patient enough. So today we're going to go in with some more patience. John Wilson, good morning to you, man. Hope you're doing well this morning. So PCG, this has been downgraded to junk status. Guys, junk. It's been downgraded to junk by the S&P Global Ratings amid uncertainties surrounding its alleged involvement in the recent wildfires in Cali. Whoa. So this one, shorts are holding on to their short positions and more are just jumping all over this because of the alleged involvement in the recent wildfires in Cali. So that is wild. That is wildfires. Me and my wife were in California in August, and I do remember we were standing at the top of the Mickey and Friends at the Anaheim Disneyland, and we were watching the fireworks. And I remember seeing on a mountain a fire, and it was the holy fire. If you guys are familiar with any of that, the place we were staying. The next morning, we woke up and there was debris in the swimming pool, and this was in somewhere 30 minutes away from that. So that was pretty unbelievable there. But oh shit. JB, thank you so much. You are a hero. How's that? God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, nothing worse than an echo. But yeah. Kristen and I, we saw that holy fire. Apparently there were so many going on this fall in California. So PCG, that was the reason why this one is going down. The alleged involvement in the recent wildfires. We will see how low this one's going to go. I mean, this could be a nice opportunity for a bounce. To get some type of bounce on this on PCG. So we'll keep that on watch for sure. It is shortable with TD Ameritrade as well. Albert, good morning. JB, did that fix the echo? I'm incredibly sorry for that. And Shore for Sure, good morning. Paran in the house. What is going on, guys? Good to see you all in here today. So certainly we will keep PCG on watch. Now, what else do we want to look at? Of course, what was the top gainer yesterday? AXSM. Vic in the house, man. What's going on? All good now, sweet. AXSM, guys, this was beautiful. I mean, nothing gets me more excited than these stocks that really respect trend lines. They respect the patterns, and that really helps us kind of identify maybe what the stock could potentially do today when we understand that it respects support and resistance levels and trends and also patterns as well. So on AXSM, beautiful inverse head and shoulders. You guys see this? I did not draw this line after the fact. You know, we drew these in pre-market yesterday, right? You remember that. This was at 625. Let me pull up that chart for you on AXSM. Yep, inverse head and shoulders right here. Does it get any prettier than that? We got our left shoulder, our right shoulder, our head. You know, we broke up through that. Got a really nice squeeze on AXSM. Shorts were looking for a fade on this, but able to squeeze some of them out here. Had a very quick move. You know, the thing I want you guys to know is the faster these move on up, the faster they come on down. The weaker the trend is, the more these move on up and the faster. So we see all this volume here as it's breaking out, breaking up, you know, through this pattern, the inverse head and shoulders. And I'll pull up an example for this for you guys as well. The inverse head and shoulders, it's exactly the same thing. If you Google inverse head and shoulders, we see, you know, exactly the same thing. Right shoulder, left shoulder, head. We get a nice bullish move and move on up. Does that make sense to everybody? Hey Thomas, good seeing you here today. Looking to long at $13. AXSM, this is kind of my game plan on this one today. I want to see, this one obviously respects trend lines, right? I mean, we see that. We saw that today. We saw that yesterday. Really respected these trend lines that we marked in the past chart history. So we pull up a 3-year chart, and that's where we got these. Our first initial one was 620. It did respect that, you know, very well. That turned into, I mean, that was kind of the entry I had yesterday if you watched the video. So it broke through it, but then that level served as tough resistance, and that was a level it ended up breaking through on the inverse head and shoulders, 620. And then above that we had 720. 720. And then look here, we got 875, which is pretty much where it topped out yesterday. So that's going to be resistance as well. We got 875, 889 right there. That's going to serve as definitely resistance. I would not be looking for an entry around those levels. I want to see this one pull back some. If it's going to be another play today, which it certainly could be, it could be a continuation move. It had a small red day yesterday after its huge gap up. So we certainly could see this one continue to keep the bulls around, because there's not a lot else out there that's moving. Not a lot out there else that is getting the bulls on it. And there could be another round of shorts squeezed on this. So we'll keep this one on watch. See how it's going to react around the 875 level. It's trying to perk up right now. Volume's trying to move in a little bit. But why was AXSM even moving anyways, in case you guys missed that? They achieved the primary endpoint in their phase 2 trial for major depressive disorder. So why do you think this is getting a lot of hype, guys? People are more depressed than ever in the land. You get excited about this stuff. Oh goodness. So phase 2, when that one goes through, you know, we get a lot of hype, a lot of attention on it. The phase trials, phase 1, they ask the question, is the treatment safe? Phase 2, does the treatment work? Check mark. Phase 3, is it even better than what's already available out there? Phase 3 always brings in the most attention. Phase 2, does it work? That one brings in a lot of hype and attention as well. Phase 1 oftentimes does not. Phase 1 oftentimes does not. Stu, 651 to 811. Whew. Nice. Great trade there. Brandon, what's up, man? Good morning to you. Good to see you in here. Yep, yesterday was green for you. Let's keep it going, baby. Keep it going. Alright, so that's PCG and AXSM. what else do I want you guys to be paying attention to today? You know, this is really strange. You know, I don't know the reason for this. Yeah, people are certainly bored. 100%, John. Completely agree. So we gotta keep several on our watch list today to see if, you know, volume's going to move into them. What are some of the best candidates for that? And oddly enough, on the gap up scanner, you guys can see it. You know, right here, we do have several shippers moving on up. We have some shippers moving on up. What's popping up? You know, I don't know why they are. If you guys know, definitely let me know. But I want you to know that shippers are popping. PXS is popping up. We're getting a little gap in pre-market. GLBS, that one's getting a little gap as well. DRYS, that one is gapping up a little bit as well. Brandon saying TOPS. Yeah, TOPS, that one's, God, what is going on? In November of 2017, DRYS was the huge mover. In November of 2018, PXS, you know, this past November, PXS was the shipper that get all, you know, a lot of the volume. So, you know, when November comes around, it gets a little exciting as far as the shippers go. But right now, the reason why they're moving, I'm not certain of that. But we got to, you know, write these tickers down, so we'll just keep them on watch if that's where the volume is going to go. And you know, we definitely could play a sympathy play if one of them starts getting, you know, a lot of the volume and attention on it. We'll keep an eye out on them. Just write them down, keep an eye out. Vic saying MEET. MEET is getting a pop this morning. Saw this on the gap up scanner as well, MEET. Let's take a look at that, see what's going on here. So it's fourth quarter. It's at earnings, Vic. Didn't look into MEET a whole lot here. Revenue of approximately $52 million above its high. Yeah, so this one's perking up on a fourth quarter report. There's certainly some volume on MEET. Keep that one on watch as well. It's the last 3 days it's had green days, and it's having a gap up here today. Killing me, Vic. Oilers are gapping up too. Yes, sir. So thank you, Vic, for MEET. We'll keep that on watch as that one's getting some volume in pre-market as well. What do we have next, guys? WATT. You want to go over this one? WATT. This one has been getting some volume. Yesterday it got some volume. 665 to 780. Let's pull up the chart on WATT. Right now sitting at 750, and it has 750 bids on it. We got 780 resistance. That's going to be yesterday's high of day on this one. If we pull up the daily chart on it, we have a clear downtrend which is trying to break through. And we'll see if it can break through it today. It's sitting at about 750 right now. We got the trend at about 750 and the 50-day right around those levels. A lot of tough resistance around where it's at. Thing is on this, that if we pull up the 3-year chart, we're getting a little bounce here. You see way back here we got support around that $5, 481 level. You got to bounce off of there. Very low on the RSI, around a 20. And people could be just scooping that up around these levels. Last 3 days it's had green days in a row. The reason this one was on watch for me recently is because this one day, if we zoom in here a little bit, December 27th, this one had a nice move. You know, this was just last week, a few days ago. Had a really nice move, nice gap too. Went all the way up to that trend line. A lot of range that day. You know, moved like $4 or $5. And why was it moving, you know, all that much? Because they unveiled their first customer product to secure approval from the Federal Trade Commission. Their hearing device can now be marketed and sold in the U.S. So it had a catalyst on it, drew in a lot of attention, some volume, continued to fall, you know, hit that support. Then we're starting to see it slowly climb on up a little bit, maybe get above that trend and start its next leg on up, WATT. So keep that one on watch, guys. Do I think it's going to move a lot today? To really break these resistance, it's got to get a good amount of volume. Volume is a little, today it's a little like, where is all the volume going to be at? There's not necessarily one place where it all is. You remember yesterday, AXSM, that one in pre-market was just killing it. I mean, everybody was on AXSM. Today, is everybody on AXSM? There's going to be, at the open, I think AXSM is going to have all the volume. Do think that. I would love to see this one fall back down to around that 720 level of support, for a play. I don't want to buy this one as it's moving up. I kind of want to scoop it up, get a little bounce off of it. But what else are we looking at? That's WATT, AXSM, PCG that we've gone over so far today. I want to go over some more of these stocks that are gapping up. This one, on the top of our gap up watch list, and this stock is highlighted in blue. That means just a low float, guys. CTXR doesn't have a lot of volume in pre-market as of now. This one hit around 250 and then just completely pulled back its move. It's not got a lot of volume on it. I just want to go over this one. Why is it popping up? Well, the CEO right now, from the January 7th to the 9th, he's presenting at a biotech show, investor conference. So the conference is held 7th through the 9th. This one, there's no news on what's going on with the conference right now. I think it just got a few orders in at pre-market. It got a few orders though, and this definitely pops up on people's scanners, which brings attention to it. And I have seen that work a lot of times for some of these type of pump and dumps, where certain stocks will get a little bit of volume. They'll get enough volume to where these stocks pop up on people's scanners, and then after that, these people might tell their chat room, CTXR is the next, big thing. Then we could see a little pump and dump. Especially since this one's a lower flow. But we're going to definitely have $2 as strong resistance on this if it gets some volume. You guys can see back here we have pumped and dumped in the past several times. So that goes without being said. This one can certainly be pumped and dumped again today as well. Sitting at 150, which is not very high off of some good support around that 50-day and its previous close. So if we see a little pullback at the start, you wouldn't be risking a whole lot. Maybe if this one U-shapes around and gets a little pump on it. But this one's going to be a fast, quick momo play, in my personal opinion. I don't think it's going to sustain a move if it gets pumped at all. Just keep that one on watch. Move already happened. Yeah, I agree with you, Vic. That one could already be dead. Some chat room could come into it and pump it again. We'll just keep that one on watch. And then ADIL, I want to go over this one, right? Because volume right now, where's it at? Where's all the volume at? It's in AXSM. I mean, that's where I think all the volume is going to be when the market opens on up. If that one fades off, doesn't really get a bounce, we could see something that has worked previously, very recent in the past, get some more volume. People go to what works. AXSM, was working yesterday, so people are going to be trading it today. ADIL, this one we cannot take off our watch list. It had its first nice little red day yesterday. It's coming back down to the trend line. Trend line we have drawn out here is around $5. So we're getting a little pullback to that. We could see that hit that level today. It's got bids at $5.75. We're pulling back down there. This one has been a great play in the recent weeks. As it started its move, we had that spike, up to resistance, down to trend, spike down to trend. We've been trading this one very well. It's always come back down to this trend and spiked. With that being said, we could see back down trend and then start getting this next leg on up. So we'll keep ADIL on watch, see if volume's going to move into this one at all today. If it's just going to have another red day back down to the trend, or if it will get some bullish volume in on it. And then, of course, we got VTVT. This one, just keep an eye on it, guys. This one did crack that 250 support that we did have drawn out on it. Did crack 250. 250 was pretty nice support on VTVT. Cracked that. You know, what do we have now? We got support around this 205 area, 210. We'll see if it can come all the way back down to that. And if this will serve as support, or if it's trying to make a higher low. Could be making a higher low, but we have very defined $3 resistance on it. $3 is very defined resistance on it. It's tried to break it multiple days, once, twice, 3, 4 days. 4 days to try to break it, couldn't break it. Now we're moving on down a little. We have a couple days where this is just pulling back some. So we're going to see if this one's going to get some type of bounce and start moving back on up. $3 is going to be very tough on that, so just keep that in mind if you're going to end up trading VTVT. Alright, but yeah, today is a little interesting. You know, yesterday AXSM, that one was where everybody was, so we had to keep it on watch. AXSM, I do believe we need to keep it, you know, on watch at the open as well. See what volume's going to do there. And there's a few other plays to be looking at, such as PCG. That one's getting a huge sell-off right now. And of course WATT, that one is perking up, looking like it wants to retest 780 from yesterday. Vic is saying INSM looks good for a smash. So Vic, guys, he is a pro shorter, a veteran. It's good to have him in here because of that INSM. If we pull that up, I mean, this, guys, look at INSM right now. I want to pull up the chart for you. Yesterday, this one had a nice trend going into it, right? And then at the close, we had a ton of volume in on it. 300,000 shares at the close. If we pull up the daily on INSM, it's getting stopped up right at the 200-day. Right at the 200-day. Couldn't break it on a strong note. So we need to see how this one is going to open today. If it doesn't open on a strong note, then all these people at the end of the day here, who 300,000 shares of people who bought it, it's not going to get volume to break that key level of resistance. We're going to start seeing some type of a sell-off. There's no volume in on this right now, John Wilson. I know you asked Vic, so you can answer him, Vic. There's no volume on it. Yeah. So Vic's saying, you know, this is great for smashing purposes, because what happens is, John Wilson, you want the volume to come in at the end of the day, you know, the prior day. So yesterday, we want longs to be coming into it then. We don't want longs to come into it now, because we want them to start selling off, you know, their positions, and this one just start fading on off. Because people buy at the close of the day in hopes and anticipation that it's going to get a gap up. You know, that's going to have a gap up or continuation momentum. You know, that after hours it's going to start, you know, pushing on up. And then if it doesn't, yep, there you go. People freak out when there's no gap. They start selling on off, and we can see this one. So there's that, and then there's chart as well. I mean, the chart's saying this one, you know, shouldn't be breaking those levels. So thanks for pointing that out, Vic. We'll see how that one's going to open on up for sure. But guys, we got about 5 minutes until the market opens on up. Are there any questions at all from you? Any questions at all? GDT in the house, man. What's going on? Good to see you. GDT, you guys can learn a lot from him. You know, he's not only a great guy, he's got a great amount of information on his videos. I know you're probably already watching him, but definitely have to throw that out there. Alright, John, we'll see you later, man. Yeah, we got about 5 minutes until the market opens. This is when we start shutting it all off. If you guys have any questions at all, please let me know. Today, got a few things to do, a couple meetings. I'm helping some guys out with the scanners, getting them all set up. So if there's any of you that want to get these scanners, we got the 30 for 30 deal still in the description below. Hit me up if you want them. This is how I find the stocks. I trade every single day. I'll get you all set up with them. I want you guys to be successful and have a great 2019. All right, so just hit me up, Twitter or email, averydaytrading@gmail.com. Yep, later guys, music on, intense trading. We will see you all tomorrow. No problem, man. Love doing this, Joseph. Love doing this. If I can help in any way possible, I will certainly do it. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.